Anytime an individual attempts to analyze the work of another, they are engaging in a Rorschach test. Threads of the author's intention can be unraveled through this analysis, but there is also the possibility that the interpreted connections were not intended and lead to false conclusions. Now that Remedy has released the Foundation DLC, I went into it hoping to learn whether or not my previous predictions were accurate or not. If you haven't already, go check out my initial video on the former for my theories on the matter. This supplemental video will be broken up into 3 parts: where I was right, where I was wrong, and what new theories come to mind with the new information we received. Partway through the story of the Foundation, Jesse begins to receive messages from the former who confirms he was indeed once a member of the board. Something happened and it was cast out. Ever since, it has been acting on its own with unknown goals. The timeline of when exactly this event occurred is not known. During the initial meeting with the former, it attempts to speak to her first before the battle began. At that time, every aspect of its speech was unintelligible. When they met in the Foundation, where the astral plane was bleeding through, the former was able to speak in broken words. Most of the context of these conversations were lost, but it was apparent it was not antagonistic towards Jesse. My initial thoughts was that the pyramid facilitated understanding between these entities and our director. It appears now that that does not seem to be the case. At this time, I see 2 possibilities for how the former is being understood. Either A, it is learning how to translate its speech into a form Jesse can understand, or B, the proximity to the Foundation and more specifically the nail is helping. The hotline is what allows Jesse to understand the board. A nail represents an object that binds 2 things together. It is possible that this metaphysical connection is behaving similar to the hotline, only not as powerful, which is why the former cannot be fully understood, only partially. I believe that the FBC will continue to be in the middle of this astral civil war for the foreseeable future. As Jesse stated, I believe it is too early to take sides in this conflict. Just because the former was helpful does not make it an ally. The possession of the Arctic Queen could have been its way of hiding from the board, but at the same time, it was the cause of several deaths of FBC agents. On the other side of the argument, the former will send id to assist Jesse during her fight with Hiss Marshall only if she does not attack it when they meet face to face. If the player does attack it, Jesse will be on her own during the final fight. The board has provided itself to be shady, sounding like corrupt bureaucrats. There's not enough information present to theorize about who is right or who is wrong when the former was banished. I will leave off here for now. A discussion on the board, the nail, and the Foundation are currently in the works, so I will go into more detail on those aspects of the DLC in subsequent videos. See you then.